video is kindly sponsored by Omaze. Omaze gives away one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences while donating money to chosen charities across the world. Donate $10 and you are entered for a chance to win. This charity that you can donate to is Folds of Honor. Folds of Honor is a nonprofit organization that provides educational scholarships to the spouses and children of America's fallen and disabled service members. To date, they've awarded over 20,000 scholarships in all 50 states, as well as Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. Donate $10 to Folds of Honor. You are entered for the chance to win, drumroll please, a dream house in Texas or $1.3 million in cash. One winner will have the chance to choose between winning one of Omaze's biggest prizes yet, a beautiful 4-bedroom, 4-bath dream home in Austin, Texas, or $1 million cash. They say everything's bigger in Texas, and you'll certainly live large in this Austin, Texas house. Y'all know I'm Canadian, but if I win that house, I will be a Texan. You will see me living in Texas. To potentially win a dream house in Austin, Texas, or $1.3 million in cash while supporting Folds of Honor, go to omaze.com/Paige Layle. The link is also in my description. Thank you so much, Omaze, for sponsoring this video, and now let's get to the rest of the video. Listen, being autistic is tough. Being autistic and having everybody know about it is also tough because not everybody is as accepting as you would like to think that they would be. And I get a lot of shit, I'm not gonna lie. But I am continuing to talk about it because I am somewhat comfortable with getting shit, at least now anyway. And so if I just take it all, then hopefully people will learn, and then other autistic people don't have to take the shit. So throw your shit. Throw it at me, and I will make a video about why what you said was garbage. And then hopefully people will learn and not do that thing anymore. Yes, it's incredibly exhausting and draining, but it is for the greater good. So today I'm going to show you some of the things that people say to me that they shouldn't say to me, and what I say back in return to them. A lot of these are questions I get literally 24/7, or statements that people like to share with me all the time. And I figure that a lot of you guys probably also say these things and don't realize that they're harmful or that they are just not cool to say. So hopefully everyone can watch these videos and know, more things to not say to autistic people. Or if you're autistic and people say these things to you, hopefully you can help gather a response. You can use my responses as you wish. I know that we are big scripters. Feel free to script my responses so then you don't have to have all the shit come in. You can just regurgitate a script that I am going to tell you right now. So I think it's a win-win. You don't look autistic. What does autism look like? No one can look autistic because it is a developmental disorder, which means that my brain is different than yours. That does not affect my exterior whatsoever. How I look is actually genetic from my parents. I am an amalgamation of my parents. My brain, though, is actually enclosed in this thing I call a skull, and has a blanket of hair to keep it warm around it. You cannot see my brain, but if you were to see my brain, if my brain was on the outside of me, you still wouldn't know I'm autistic because you're not a neuroscientist. There is no way to look autistic. How you think autism looks is probably due to stereotypes that you see in the media, which are few and far between and always the same characteristics and stereotypes. So maybe don't judge me by what you see autism is in certain depictions on the internet. Also, it is not an autistic person's job to conform to what you think autism looks like or what you think I should be doing. It's nobody's job, actually, to do anything because it would make you more comfortable. I do not have to fit the picture of me that you made up in your own head. You can learn more about what autism is and what autism looks like so that you don't have to tell me this ever again. You don't act autistic. There's no way to act autistic. Autism is not a behavioral disorder. It's a developmental disorder. We are all going to behave differently. And how we behave is going to depend on a lot of things. Most specifically, how accommodated are we in our environment? And that is going to depend on a lot of things, including how much money do we have? Do we have access to medical care? Do we have access to things that accommodate disabled people, which often cost a lot of money? Do we have support? Are we supported in society to live our truest selves in public and not have anything bad happen to us? Most of the time, you can tell a person is autistic or how they diagnose someone with autism is when they are at their lowest, when they're not accommodated. And autistic people are not always like that. Sometimes we can be happy. So autistic people do not all act the same, just like anybody else ever on this earth. You don't speak for everyone. I have never once claimed to do that. I don't know where people are getting this from. Do you say this to every single person in any conversation you're ever having? Someone goes, I don't like peaches. And you go, you don't speak for everyone. Because that's the only way that this response makes sense, I feel like. I know I don't speak for everyone. I literally don't plan to. I am me. I am this. I am her. As I've said, we are all different. We're all going to have different responses. We're all different human beings. Autism is not a universal experience. But if you are not autistic, you will never speak for any autistic person. Whereas I am autistic, and that means I can speak for myself about my experiences with my own brain. But also, I'm heavily involved in the autism community. I have 2.5 million followers on TikTok. A large amount of them are autistic. I know a lot about the discourse going on in the autism community most of the time. And I could likely tell you whether something that you think about autism is a popular or unpopular opinion amongst actual autistic people. Of course, the ones that are supporting a conversation on an online space, which is not going to be every single person. You do not have to agree with me. I do not expect everyone to agree with me. If everyone agreed with me, I would not be doing anything cool. This would just be weird. But I do believe that my opinions are based on facts and also taking other people's feelings into account. And what I say is what I believe is the least harmful and the least ableist thing. You can be autistic and still be ableist, trust. But I am consciously continuing to learn. Things change every day. Language evolves every day. So no, I don't speak for everybody. Just as I don't speak for every blonde person, just as I don't speak for every German Shepherd owner, because the human experience is not a universal one, and neither is the autism experience. You're high functioning. You don't know anything about me at all. If you are only seeing me on the screen, you actually know probably 2 things about me. How dare you think you know how I live my life at all when I'm not in a room secluded with my cell phone? You do not know how I'm living. So you could stop pretending like you do. You see me and you go, oh my gosh, she talks with her mouth. High functioning. I've never seen a person function better actually than that person right there. She uses words with her mouth. Most of the time people think that people that are non-vocal are low functioning because people are like, communication. The only method of communication that matters is speech. Wrong. Functionality is fluid. There are a lot of things I cannot do. There are a lot of things that I'll need support with for the rest of my life, and if I do not get support, I will die. Yes, I can verbally communicate 80% of the time. High functioning and low functioning come from eugenics. They don't make sense, not descriptive enough. Functioning labels don't help anybody unless you yourself are trying to generalize your experience for somebody else to understand and you want to use these terms to describe yourself. Be my guest, but do not make me use terms that I'm uncomfortable with and that I think are harmful and unsafe. Just get over it. I cannot, actually. My brain is different than yours, so I experience things a lot differently than you do. Some sensations to me are physically painful and register as such. It's not that things are annoying or a nuisance or I just don't like them. They're physically painful for me. You don't take things out of the stove with your bare hands and just get used to the pain. You put oven mitts on so you don't have to burn your hands. Let autistic people do the same thing. Let us get away from the pain. Autistic people don't deserve to be here. Yes, I seriously get this. Number 1, you are likely intimidated because we are probably smarter than you. Number 2, you may be a member of the government and you're scared that we are going to overrule you someday, which we probably will because we don't understand social cues and social hierarchies, which makes us dangerous to the government because you can't control us. In which case, keep it up. I'd love to hear it. Number 3, you are so nuts to think that this world hasn't evolved and done so many good things because of autistic people. Anyone that's ever changed the world ever, 90% of them were autistic. Albert Einstein, Elon Musk, Isaac Newton, Nikola Tesla, scientists, mathematicians, actors, painters. Autism, dude. You need us. Point blank, period. Biodiversity is natural in the outside world. Neurodiversity is natural in the human existence world. So whether you accommodate us or not, we're still gonna be here. Vaccines cause autism. They literally do not. And don't even ask me, oh, you don't know what's in the vaccine. Unless you are a scientist that is building the vaccine, you don't know what's in the vaccine. I could explain to you every ingredient and you still would not know what that does because you're not a scientist. My first problem is you think that dying from a horrible, deadly, preventative disease is better than having autism. That's weird. That's really gross. What that tells me is I don't want to accommodate my kid if they're autistic. I don't want to do that. That's too hard. So instead, I will just risk that they die of polio. It is literally impossible for vaccines to cause autism. This one guy made a paper about it one time, and it's been disproved hundreds of times. But y'all don't read that. Y'all just want the one paper from the one guy that got his license revoked to tell you all of your facts that you need. How on earth is anything going to alter the way that my brain formed? You're telling me that when I get other shots, booster shots, I just become more autistic, or does it like cancel out like bed mass? So I get a software update. I would just like to get vaccinated again so I can use autism as a superpower and, you know, make all the trees the same size or something. That would be very nice in my autistic brain. Vaccines don't cause autism. You're literally a turd. I don't know what to say to you. I can't even argue with you because you don't care about science. My brother was cured from autism. No, he wasn't. Autism doesn't go away, my love. And you could think, oh, they're doing a lot better. They're acting a lot less autistic. Perhaps they never were autistic. That's an option. Also, perhaps they're just acting more neurotypical now. Probably from masking, and it's causing a lot of trauma, and they're going to break eventually, and it's gonna suck for everybody. Or maybe they're happier now. They're not in distress anymore. They're accommodated. Things are cool now. Still autistic, just happy. We have the things that we need to survive. But take away any of those accommodations, and we're probably gonna revert back to being an angry butthole. Speaking from personal experience. I'm not saying I'm perfectly accommodated right now, and nothing will ever accommodate me fully to have me ever look or be or seem neurotypical. I guess that's subject to opinion because I think a lot of you guys think that I'm neurotypical. But no, you cannot cure autism. I don't care what you say. But I fed my kid a chloroform and it altered his neurons. I gave my kid a bleach enema and now he's fine. No autism. People are seriously doing this shit. People are if you're using deadly tactics to like cure your kid's autism and it's like so disgusting and deadly and gross and weird and not backed up by science, it's pseudoscience. Like these things actually kill autistic children. And if you think that like doing that is better than having an autistic child, don't be a parent. If you can't have an autistic child, you shouldn't have a child. Point blank period. That's all. Autism cannot be cured. End of story. There's no science anywhere saying that autism can be cured. You're not autistic. Oh, dang. You got me. Wow, I can't believe that you just became my psychiatrist after looking at my face for 25 seconds and diagnosing me. That's amazing. I can't believe I'm not autistic anymore. I can't wait to do neurotypical things and not cry, like going for a swim or having a shower. Feeling when I have to go to the bathroom actually, instead of scheduling when to go to the bathroom because my human body doesn't think it's a human body. Wow, if I'm not autistic, I'm gonna go interact with people. I'm gonna go up to my neighbor and say hello. I'm not autistic anymore. I can do those things. Thank you, stranger on the internet, for knowing so much about my life that you had the ability to diagnose me and get 10 years of schooling in the meantime and get to know my personal life and what I do besides the internet when I'm secluded in a room on my cell phone. See how ridiculous this sounds? You know nothing about me. The autism diagnoses in my file cabinet would disagree with you. And that was from actual doctors. I'm not trusting you for medical expertise. Thank you. If you eat this, you can cure your autism. Well, we've already established that autism can't be cured, but bold of you to assume that I would like to be not autistic. Being autistic is hard sometimes, but it's kind of my favorite thing. Because honestly, I think everyone would benefit if the society was run by autistic people. Because we get it done. We are solid. We are fact-based, black and white. This is the way things go. The world would run so much more efficiently and effectively if autistic people got to make the rules. The way I feel things, although there are a lot of bad times and things are hard and things are stressful, some things are so amazing. Special interests, like the joy that I feel is unmatchable. And I also think I'm a pretty cool person. I would be a completely different person if I wasn't autistic. Autism is tough sometimes, and there's some things that I cannot and will not be able to do, but it's the way that I've known my life, and I don't hate it because I really enjoy the things I enjoy. And 99% of the things that I do autistically are not harmful. They're just different and I like them. And so I don't care. If they said, Paige, here's a cure for autism, I would say, shove it up your butt because I don't want it. I would like to be accommodated. I would not like to change to fit the society that we live in that's garbage. Sorry, society, no offense. Okay, I'm actually getting burnt out from answering all of these things because these things are so continuous and hard and annoying. But hopefully this video can help some of you guys so then you guys don't have to say all these things to me anymore. I'll probably get them a lot more because not everyone will be watching this YouTube video. But thank you guys for being here and thank you for caring and learning more about autism. And also, I would like to remind everybody that everyone's different, and so I'm sure that some autistic people would not mind if you ask them these things. I actually don't mind myself because I'm okay with educating people. It's just annoying following, and here are your answers, so you don't have to say them to me anymore. You can just watch this video. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for caring. Be sure to check out omaze.com/PaigeLayle to enter to win the Austin, Texas Dream Mansion or $1.3 million cash. Thank you, Omaze, again for sponsoring this video. I love you all so much, and I will see you soon.